For insight into Kenya's operation in Somalia, Simiyu Werunga, a retired Kenyan Defense Forces captain and security analyst, joins me on the phone from Nairobi. Captain Werunga, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you, brother.
Now, as this news come in, some people feel like perhaps this is a sign of things to come, that perhaps the Kenyan troops are starting to withdraw from Somalia. What do you make of this?
One, I think we must understand that Kenya is in Somalia under AMISOM. So any decision that will be made for them to withdraw from Somalia must be made by AMISOM, that is AU. Therefore, I think for now we've not had anything from the African Union because that decision must be made. If Kenya decides to pull out unilaterally, then that will be going against the tenets of what AMISOM is all about. What I think, yes?
Go ahead.
Yeah, what I think is what the military is doing is, one, I think because of the shock and the devastation that occurred in that camp, they are deploying themselves. And two, I think they're also trying to do what we call taking a tactical pause to look at what happened, deal with that after effect, and then maybe decide how to move forward. But I don't think this should be seen as a way of Kenya pulling out of Somalia.
But Captain Werunga, some would say, isn't it a major setback given that al-Shabab says it's now reclaiming the territory left behind by the Kenyan troops?
From a strategic point, I totally agree. That is a major setback for the Kenyan Defense Forces, for Kenya as a country, because the fact that you have pulled out, even if you are deploying, and the same forces you are there fighting to finish, takes over the camp that you have vacated, it has a moral, psychological effect even on the troops. I'm hoping that the fact that they have redeployed, they should now put in mechanisms to ensure that the next level of the fighting between the Kenyan military and the al-Shabab should be so devastating to al-Shabab that this propaganda they are using now should not be let to stay.
Captain, do you get the sense that the Kenyan leadership is feeling the pressure from the citizens who feel, and it feels like it's a majority, that Kenyan troops should actually get out of Somalia?
Yes, the Kenyan population basically are saying, get our boys back to Kenya. But I think from those who understand policy issues, the geopolitics of the region, and those who understand the national strategic interests of Kenya as a country, I think if we pull out today, it will be a devastating defeat. Actually, it will be a retreat for a country that has been doing very well in Somalia. And therefore, I think from a national perspective, it will have a major political dimension if we pulled out today. But yes, the pressure is there from the Kenyan people because they are looking within the internal mechanism of why we should have these people there, not considering that this is not just a political decision, it's also a geopolitical decision, it's a military strategic decision.
Very quickly, Captain, is this strategy, whatever strategy that is being employed in Somalia by AMISOM, appearing to be a winning strategy?
I don't think so, and this is my personal opinion, because one, you realize that even what happened at the Kenyan camp, it is the Kenya Defense Forces that send reinforcements. It is the Kenya Defense Forces that send their airplanes to go and bombard the areas they suspected al-Shabab to be. And therefore, if countries were not making unilateral decisions to back up their own troops, I think AMISOM, to my understanding, has not achieved much because we continue having the same problems in Mogadishu. We continue having the same problems in areas where Kenya has occupied. And therefore, to me, as African Union, they must sit back, look at their strategy, and determine how they want to move forward.
Indeed. And we continue watching the developments there. Captain Werunga, thank you very much.